this should be a pretty short one. I will post a link in the description. So go check down there to see what I'm kind of talking about. But there's this cool little toy. I forget who posted it, and I'm tired of saying the wrong person. So check in the link. It'll tell you. But it's just this neat little 3D printed toy that you put lighter fluid in, and you kind of block one side with like a finger or something, and then when you light it, you get a little flame that travels around in a circle, and there's all these cool little shapes that the video goes through. But I don't know, not like a great idea, because I know this is like a science channel, but I'm not a scientist. That's why this channel is not called engineering or invention or anything. It's called ThinkSmith, because I do a lot of thinking. It may not be good for anybody, but I think a lot. Before I got on that tangent, I was talking about the cool little thing. And I was like, well, could this be applied in some broader thing to make it work better? And I don't remember how I got to it, but I kind of started wondering if this little kid's toy would be something that could help with fusion reactions. Because it seems to me like our issue with fusion reactions is one of a few ways. Either we just don't have enough pressure to maintain the reaction, which I'm kind of doubtful of. Like, it might be that. Or it might be an issue of just kind of like keeping the thing lit. Like fuel to actual burn ratio. Like, I would assume something as hot as the sun is burning pretty gosh darn quick. And so, thinking about it, I was like, if we designed a fusion reactor to work the same way as this neat little knick-knack that I would love a print of. Sorry, I was trying to decide if I could get a print of this done, and I think the answer is yes, if I ever get the energy up to do it. There's a reason all these videos are coming out in one day. So if you designed it to where the fireball that was the nuclear reaction was in a big circular tube, it's already self-contained with a magnetic field, so I would think that the actual loop would be designable. My thought is that you could pump the fuel for this, which I think is, I'm going to sound dumb. Is it like helium or something? It's on the moon. We want to get it from the moon. Ignore me. It is tritium. And I should know what tritium is, but isn't it like, I know it's it's a hydrogen isotope. Pretty sure there's a lot of it on the moon. I'm not going to look it up right now. I don't care. So my thought is that we're using tritium, and actually I'm going to go back to that because it said that there are some other. So it says tungsten. It's a neutron bombardment and plasma interaction, primarily using tungsten plasma facing, specialized steel alloy structural, and lithium containing blankets to breed tritium fuel. So it's quite complicated. I understand why they want the tritium from the moon now. Excuse me. So yeah, just to follow up, what's the current issue with sustainable fusion, other than the fact that it's always 10 years away. And I did see a while back that they had a net energy gain in fusion, and they want it to get commercial and continuous. So, like, yes, we have reached the point where we can get more energy out than in, but it's still problematic because if you can't continuously produce it, it's not really worth anything. Like basic power grids stands that spikes of power are all but useless and could just pretty much destroy the grid. Already, we're having some good issues with power grid infrastructure becoming really old and not having new alternatives. And I'll give you guys a little hint on what my uh, actual provisional patent is based on. It's based on that tech. Uh, so yeah, I think that maybe if they could set it up in such a way to where it travels in that line, in that circle, and continues to burn up new fissile material. I know that's not necessarily how fusion reactions work, but in my mind, it seems like the biggest issue with fusion is that it's very similar to trying to light one log. So, something like that could be interesting. Maybe something along the lines of introducing something that would burn to maintain the reaction. Once again, I know that's not how it works, but to me, it seems like the energy density of the material just isn't stable enough. I'm thinking with the sun that some amount of like the extraordinary pressure of gravity maintains that heat really well, or it might just introduce more instability in the actual atomic structure. I would think that maybe it compresses a lot more on the. I gotta do more research on this, but basically that's my incomplete thought. This is going in the incomplete thoughts tab. Bye.